trading is like any other sport or any type of business. It's about confidence.
Right.
Like we could spend money on a bag, vacation, go some. The hardest thing for me to do was put money in a day trading account.
Attention coaches, consultants, course creators. If you get paid based off your knowledge, I'm going to tell you something very, very important, okay? What if I could teach you how to make extra 5 to 6 figures every single month using simple Facebook and Instagram ads, all right? Let me tell you about my boy. He got the paid ad playbook. Listen, this paid ad playbook is going to give it to you for free, first off. Marquel Russell, one of the most genuine people I've ever met, he's created over $500 million in client revenue using the paid ad playbook strategy, all right? So listen, go to socialproofgift.com or text proof to 904-447-5274. If you want to get 50 to 100 new client leads every day that actually convert, you need to go to socialproofgift.com or text proof to 904-447-5274. And he's going to give you a bonus video that helps you with a strategy to customize your particular strategy for your particular business. All right, again, socialproofgift.com, text proof to 904-447-5274. Let's get into the episode. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. We have amazing people, dope people that do dope stuff, man. Today is no different. First off, the name of your company is cool. Profit Room. I want to be in the Profit Room. What the heck is what is the Profit Room? First off, where y'all get that name from?
It's Ernest's idea.
So the Profit Room came from like a concept. Imagine you going to like a hotel or event or a conference. So now, you know, as soon as you go in there, you got the concierge. And before you walk into the conference room, they always have those doors that open up.
Mm-hmm.
So I envisioned our company being like that. So when you open the door, it's like welcoming into the profit room. So when you come in there, it's diversity. So you want to learn a little bit about, you know, financial wealth, long-term, a little bit of short-term, investing, trading, and any other ideas as the company grow.
Gotcha.
Right? We just didn't want to be a regular stock market trading name. We wanted to have a name of a company that could show growth in the future.
Gotcha. So I guess describe the company. First off, introduce yourselves, because I'll start getting into like how to make profits and they won't even know your names. So I'll let you start.
I'm Latoya Smith. I am from Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm a full-time day trader.
Full-time day trader.
Full-time day trader.
How long you been day trading?
I've been day trading since 2012 professionally.
Really?
And I up and left my 9-to-5 in order to do this for a living. Yes.
And you left in 2012?
I left in 2012, but I've been trading since 2007.
Trading since 2007? I didn't think trading came out till 2018.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I thought I heard like, all these traders. What are y'all talking about? It's a new industry? Okay. So you've been professionally, you've been trading since 2007, full-time 2012.
Correct.
And what do you trade?
I trade currently right now stocks and options as well as futures and Forex. So pretty much all the markets.
You trade all the markets?
Yep. Trade all the markets.
Okay. So Ernest.
So same with me. My name is Ernest Curry. I'm from East Orange, New Jersey. So I started trading in 2008. I started professionally day trading in 2014. So that's what I'm
So you're learning from 2008 to 2014?
So 2008, I started trading, which they call like swing trading.
Mm-hmm.
That means that buying a stock and holding it for like a week or two or like a month, right? So it's more laid back, chill type of trading. When Latoya and I talk about day trading 2014, that's more, they call high frequency. In and out, like in a couple of minutes, you know, maybe 15 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe an hour. That's day trading. So that's a lot more high pace type of trading. So, you know, a lot of people know about day trading or trading in general, but don't understand that there's different types of trading. So,
gotcha. Ernest, what's your biggest win and your biggest loss?
I think.
Latoya, get ready, because I'm coming to you with the same question, okay? Biggest win, biggest loss.
I think one of my biggest losses that hurt, Latoya probably remember that. day trading, my biggest loss back to back every single day. Boom, 6,000. Boom, 7,000. Boom, 8,000. Like back to back to back. And probably like one of my biggest days was probably a 6-figure day.
At a 6-figure day trade.
6-figure day trading.
The one where you got hit back to back, was that early in your career? Did you do something wrong, or it's just a part of the game?
So what happens is, like when we teach our students, right? You know, trading is hard, right? It's all about who you are. Who you are is what you bring to the trading platform. Just like LeBron, Jordan, who they are, they bring to the game. That week, my game wasn't on point, right? And I shouldn't have been trading. And I knew that.
So it was a bad time for the market. You're saying you weren't in a good mental space.
I wasn't in a good mental space. I clearly know I wasn't in a good mental space. So, right, it's just like how I wanted the pain. That's how it came out. I wanted the pain. So when I put myself in that situation to start trading, when I was catching those losses and doing stuff right, because as a trader, you're reviewing stuff. Like, I'm an excellent trader, right? What we do is on point, but it's the consistency. So, but when I brought that type of personality to the market those 3 days, I had to sit back and reflect and look at my trades, but more so look at where I was at mentally, and I wasn't right. So that's how I know, like it was just horrible. So it wasn't my skill set; it was just who I am at that particular time.
I want to get into that, Latoya. I want to ask you the same question, like your biggest win and your biggest loss. But if you can extrapolate what he's saying in terms of coming to the market, because I'd like to hear your perspective on what he's saying. Then I'll come back and let you explain yourself. But give me your biggest win and your biggest loss.
So 6 figures on Tesla, that was my biggest win. And my biggest
6 figures
loss,
on Tesla? And how long? How much time?
How much time is a day?
Yeah, like a day.
One trading day.
Yeah.
My biggest loss was CBI. I don't even think that stock exists anymore. Chicago Bridge and Iron, I believe. CBI, that company.
Chicago.
I lost like probably 13,000, just like that. But it was out of ignorance and stubbornness as well. So I can definitely relate to what Ernest is saying. Because trading is really about you against the market. It's not necessarily about what you know. It's about battling yourself and knowing that you shouldn't be doing certain things, but you still do it. You're like revengeful because you're trying to be right. And that's the thing with the market. You can't try to be right. You got to observe and follow what the market's doing in order for you to basically make money. So I was battling my demon that day. So I'm in a position knowing and seeing that it's doing the opposite of what I'm doing in the market. So I decided to add on to my position.
What was going on in your life? When you say you're battling your demon that day, what was going on at that time?
It's more so always trying to be right. It's just, you're always trying to be right in the trade. That's one thing traders go through is like, you want to be right all the time.
But isn't that the reason we do all this stuff? Because we want to be right. What's wrong with that?
But it's different when it comes to trading because everything, I would say most things in life, you kind of have a handle on, you can control, but you can't control what's going on in the market. You got to be in control of yourself. So the moment you're in control of yourself, you're going to be able to see the results in the market because you're not fighting against what is obvious to you.
Give me an example of losing control in the market.
CBI trade, for example, losing control is you're in a position and you can see in your mind as well as on the charts. You have a predefined risk. You're like, you know what? I'm going to get out of this trade if I lose $1,000. So you see the trade and it's just moving. And then you're like, okay, here I'm going to add to this position. So you're putting on more size, more leverage at this point. But you know you're wrong. You didn't stick to your $1,000 risk. By the time you look around, you're down 4K, 5K. But you're like, you know what? I'm going to add more because at some point it's going to go in my direction. So by the time that happens, by the time you look around, you're like, Dad, I'm down $13,000 and I'm going to have to swallow this loss. Because I'm not blaming the market. I'm blaming me because I could have cut the loss hours ago.
Because you knew. Yeah. I guess I have some experience in that. We'd be in a dice game where you're losing money in the streets. You're losing money. But it's almost like, and this is crazy now that I'm thinking about it. Like you'll be losing money, but you have to go get more money because you want to get your money back. And even sometimes when you get your money back, or say you're up and then you go down, even when you get your money back, you're like, I need to go back to get the profit that I was making. And then they just keep going. That's why I keep feeding you drinks in Vegas.
Yeah.
So you said you wanted the pain though.
Yeah, so
explain that.
It's just like
this is interesting. This ain't even about finding like this is like you.
Yeah, it's just like how you go to the bar and drink, right? Like if that's releasing their pain, it's just like an internal thing where when you get to that trading platform, and like Latoya says, it's the same we have when we're trading. When trading is visual because we're using a lot of charts, right? We're reading the emotions of the market, right? So just like
the market has emotions.
Emotions, because that's why you have different colors of candles. You got the green candles that has an emotion of greed, right? Prosperity, right? Happy, right? Market goes up. Then you see the red candles that has emotion of fear, scared, shocking, right? So we have a saying, we teach our students, trade what you see, not what you think, right? So for example, you see, say Apple or Tesla, you see a red bar, that's fear. They clearly selling the stock, right? There's people exiting the position. But you think because you drove here, you saw 2 or 3 Teslas on the road, that Tesla is popping.
Right, the whole world is wrong.
Yeah, the whole world is wrong.
These 2 Teslas right next to me, it's a sign.
Exactly. It's doing good. Yeah, nah, you see a tweet, anything happen, but you clearly see that they selling it off, but you buying because in your thought process that it's going to come up.
Wow.
Right? So when you're sitting there and you're allowing your emotions, because whatever's going on in your life, that pain is like, oh man, I know I'm right. And like Latoya said, I know I'm right. And you know that you need to stop. Because as traders, as professionals, we know I average 3 trades, right? We going to get 2 out of 3 right. 2 out of 3 right. If I get 3 trades in a row wrong, we did something wrong. Because as traders, you trade with probabilities. You don't just trade just to trade. So when I'm trading, boom, 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 I'm making money, boom, boom, I'm making money, right? Out of 3 trades, we should be good. But if you get like 1 trade wrong, all right, cool. Boom, 2 trade wrong, all right, something's not right. Boom, 3 trades is you. It's not the market. You got to stop and reevaluate yourself to see where you're going wrong.
How are you able to predict that I'm going to do 2 to 3 trades right? How are you able to predict that?
Because over time, right, we have a solid trading plan and a solid trading strategy. So we're entering on a certain type of setup and we're exiting on a certain type of setup, right? So when you're doing trades, right, it's not, you're scanning and you're looking, right? That's why the hardest thing to do is day trade because you need seat time, right? Yeah. Seat time, Latoya, you explain what seat time is.
Seat time is just having the ability just to sit and watch the markets and observe exactly how the markets move. So there's a time when the market trends, consolidates, and trends again. Trends is basically either moving.
I'm sorry. There's a time when the market trends,
consolidates,
then consolidates. What's consolidates?
And I know trends again. So trends is moving straight up or straight down.
Yep.
Consolidate is sideways.
Okay.
So a lot of people call it chop. The market's choppy. Chop. So whenever you hear that, that means they're losing money because it's very hard to make money. You gave me
a good little visual, like where it's like, that's consolidation.
That's consolidation.
Indecision. People don't know what they want to go yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's very hard to make money in chop. Majority of people lose money in chop. And that's why day trading has its bad name because not a lot of people take time to observe how the market functions. We call it, there's a whole market dynamic.
Yeah.
So we know when to enter. We know what time to be out that trade by in order for us to make money. We know to sit and wait and watch for another setup and then enter. Everything is timing as well as the setup. So you need that seat time to really sit to be able to watch what's going on.
So we make money off of the average person's emotions. So we're trading the emotion, and that's what shows up on the chart.
Explain that.
So, like I said, when Latoya shows, when you see the chop right there, that's like a sideways movement. That means that imagine you buying something, say at $5. It shoots up to $6, right? You don't get out, then it drops down to $4. Like, oh man, it shoots back up to $6. You buy it at $6. It drops back to $4, and you sell it again at $4, right? We can see that the market is manipulating, have algorithms, right? Then also we can see when it breaks past 6 and starts going 6, 7, and starts increasing in volume, right? Then that's our signal that we're going to follow the big boys and girls, the hedge funds, boom, because now the emotion turned to a green, euphoric emotion. But once it gets to a certain level, right, we can visually see that it's exhausted, it's tired, like a running a race, and the hedge fund's about to dump it real quick. Now we know to get out. But the emotion size, people come in too late, then now it dumps, things like that. So our job is now to flip that position and make money as the stock goes low, because we short sell a lot too.
Gotcha. So if you see it trending up, you buy when you see it trending up, and when you maybe feel like it's going to come down?
Well, you'll visually see because the emotion, right? You'll start seeing the candles turn another color, red. It hits maybe what we call a resistance area, like a ceiling, and it starts changing, it starts dipping a little bit lower, right? As a trader, we're trading for income. So we're just looking for that initial move. Once it starts coming back down, it starts changing that personality, that attitude, right? And it's like, it's no longer happy, euphoric. It's starting to turn a little fear, a little scarcity, scariness. And that's when you start exiting out the position. But a lot of people can't visually see that because of that thought process in their mind. They start talking about, oh, this is a great CEO. This is a great company. Yeah, it can be all good, right? But if you see something different, you might go against it. It's just like being street smarts, right? You could be in a great neighborhood, right? You see some undesirable people in the corner hanging there, and you got a nice car, right? Like the chances for you to drive past and it's a little bit suspect, you may want to go around. Yeah. But you're using your eyes, your sense of judgment versus it's a great neighborhood. So that's what we do. We're trading the probabilities, what we see, like that.
The fact that you see this market as a person, like as a human, almost like with the emotions, that gives me like great insight, because I never really understood when people. Hold on, don't tell me. It's two types of traders. It's fundamental and technical. Yeah, okay, gotcha. I'm a trader, so y'all know.
There you go.
So technical is reading the charts, or that's
you're reading the charts.
And fundamental is, okay, this is a great company, great CEO, all that kind of stuff.
All the
you're
numbers,
doing research. So basically,
y'all don't do the fundamental?
We do the fundamental for long-term investing, but it's different, right? Long-term investing, literally, you look at companies that are great, right? Their income, their revenues, their sales, how's their expenses, who are their competitors. So you're doing more of the research at that point in order to make a good financial decision, knowing that you're holding for at least 10 years plus. That's long term, right? So that's not necessarily going to take a lot of time in that aspect, because you're literally setting it and you're forgetting it. You're building wealth over time. But as traders, we want it now. So we have to be able to read the charts, because as Ernest said, the emotions are printed on the chart. So just think about it as an instrument, like you're playing the piano, different notes, you can hear the sound. That's the same way the candles. That's how we read the candles. We can see the emotions.
So can you teach me how to play this profitable piano?
Definitely.
So to highlight what she said, so you've heard of amazing companies and they beat earnings, right? Earnings they give out every quarter. But then that same day, the stock drops like crazy.
Why would it do that?
Because now, right, maybe the forecast investors didn't like, right? Even though blue earnings was great, maybe it was an investment that they're going to do in the future that investors don't like. So now that doesn't show up in that report, What does that show up on the chart?
On the chart.
So now, right there,
your fear shows up in the chart.
It shows up in the chart. So you sitting here at work, it's all good. Oh, this company beat earnings. It's great. You going at work, then your portfolio's down 30%. They beat earnings, but it may be a forecast or something else.
The guidance, yeah.
The guidance or something. It could be anything. But when we're looking at that chart and you see that big red bar starting to come in, it's like, all right, we got to ride this wave down.
Yep, it's game time.
It's game time like that. So you do need a mixture of both, but usually technicals are going to express the fundamentals anyway in the long term.
Listen, as you know, I am in Nehemiah Davis's inner circle. I talk about him all the time. Last year I had the biggest year financially based on his teachings. Actually, we just ran a play. He helped me make $70,000 in one day. Listen, what he's doing right now is an upcoming digital masterclass teaching exactly what he taught me to have a 7-figure year. I'm telling you, I owe a lot of my success to this man because he just understands marketing in a whole nother way. But what he's doing is offering the things that he taught me to you for free. He's doing a digital masterclass that he's given to you for free at general admission, 50% off the VIP. I suggest VIP. Because you get a lot more time with him and he really pours into the VIP. But if you just want to go to the class and you want to be a part of it, general admission free. A lot of y'all been following him, waiting for him to open something up. He's giving it exclusively to the podcast listeners, 50% off. So don't tell nobody, okay? So listen, go to spmasterclass.com, free general admission, 50% off VIP. Do VIP though, okay? spmasterclass.com. Go get it. Let's have a big year this year.
It's going to express it like that.
Got it. Okay. So I don't necessarily have the patience to learn how to trade. I think. Those are what my emotions are telling me.
So let me tell you this. We got students 67, 72.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of mature clients, right? That have never looked at a chart in their life. And that's trading and making money. So you got the patience to do it.
What does it take for me to learn? What does it take me to at least learn? I don't know. I need to be on a plan, man, because my emotions say, oh, well, I know there's a lot of money in it, but...
So let me give you an example.
It's still unclear in my head on how... This is amazing how you guys see the chart. It goes up, you buy, it goes down, you see the chops, and there's probably all this stuff that you guys consider when you're making these trades.
The hardest thing what people don't realize with trading is all about risk management.
Okay.
So let me just give you a simple example.
Okay.
Imagine placing 3 trades a week, right? We call them like microwave trades. So you sit back in your computer every Monday, you got a predefined risk and a predefined reward.
Okay.
That means you know how much you're going to lose, you know how much you're going to make. You always have to have that.
You don't know, you're saying...
No, based upon a trade setup. If I get in this trade and I visually see a chart setup, I'm anticipating it to move to a certain level, right? But if it goes to this level, I'm going to get out the trade.
I see.
So, simple math. 3-to-1 risk reward. Let's risk $50, right? To make $150. So I take trade 1, right? Say I buy stock for $10, buy 100 shares. It drops to $9.50. I get out the trade. So I lost $50.
Yep.
Boom. Trade 2. I take the same trade, right? It goes against me, 50 cents. I lose another $50. So I'm down 100 for the week. The last trade goes in my favor, right? Boom. I get the 1 to 3 risk reward. So I risk 50, I made 150. So at the end of the week, I still made $50.
Oh.
Because it offset that.
So you take the formula and based on, I'm sure, what you're teaching people, you give them the formula that more times than not, this is going to work.
Correct. And if it doesn't work, you know your predetermined risk. Now, imagine you taking that and doing 500 to 1,500, 1,000 to 3,000. But if you got a systematic plan, you don't have to watch the market every day. right? But the problem is with people, they don't have risk and they don't have a reward. So if you in a trade, you up, say, 2,000. But now, what? Maybe I could get 3.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I get 4.
Greedy.
But you knew you was only supposed to get 2.
For sure.
Because it's controlled trading.
And that's where my emotions show up.
But if you just had a simple formula like that, and we teach hundreds of people to do that, right? Because now you're consistently profitable. Most people lose on trades because they need everyone to be the lotto trade, or they let it go all the way down and they lose a lot. I just gave you a simple formula, like a 1 to 3, and we get people doing that every single day. Because now, yeah, you may get out at 2,000 and it may give you 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. But guess what? We showed you how to do it all the time.
Every day.
Every day.
And you're consistent. So
you're consistent.
Yeah.
So
there's a whole system, David. We have literally a system for every market, but it's pretty much the same system, right? It's all based on risk to reward, and we break down our structure. So if someone comes to our program, they're not getting the full program at once.
Right.
We break it down where it's like, you got to learn this first, learn this concept next, learn this. And then towards the end, you're tying it together in a simulated environment to make sure everything we taught you, you can replicate in real life.
Gotcha.
So it's a very structured system, which is great.
So we take the emotion out.
Mm-hmm.
We say control the emotion and trade the plan.
Use this plan. Yeah, for
so
sure.
You like when you say, you get greedy because you're getting hyped, you're getting euphoric, right? You can't bring that to trading.
Is that lesson number 1?
That's one of the biggest things is control the emotion.
Gotcha. All right, so let's teach our audience, the people who are interested in trading. Obviously, well, first off, just tell me up front about your program. Tell me, what's your program?
So our program is designed, we have a mentorship program. We focus on 3 things. Mm-hmm. We call it education, application, and success. Okay. So we want you to understand the markets and how they work. So a lot of people, they just jump and they get a brokerage account. It's like giving a teenager a car. Even though they know the gas pedal. We take you out the car, pop the hood, have you understand the market first. That's number 1. Number 2, we teach you a solid trading plan with a solid trading strategies. So we use plural, right? So one of the biggest things is people come to us and they got different lifestyles, things of that nature. So I'm not going to give you something that may fit somebody else. Say you're looking for income, or say you just want to learn for retirement, things of that nature. So we have to make a strategies that's best going to fit you. And the last but not least is primarily risk management. Because especially people from my background, they always have the bad reputation trading is gambling, and we don't believe in disposable income. Yeah. So that's our main thing is the risk management part. So one of the things that we do with our students, before we could give them the okay to trade real money, you got to do simulation.
Got you.
You got to do at least 7 to 10 positive trades. It doesn't have to be in a row, right? And that's what we focus primarily on. And Latoya tell you as well, we have to get in your mindset because people from our background, socioeconomics, we try to take the money side out of it and focus on the education. Because the money's going to come. Yeah. If you focus on the education, and a lot of people, they see our student testimonials of all ages, all backgrounds, they're like, just follow the plan. That's what we say. If you follow our structure, you can stick to it.
Be a profitable trader. And one thing I want to mention about our mentorships that I'm actually super excited about is that our mentors are our students, our past students. They either left their job, quit their 9 to 5, they're trading successfully on their own. And we reached out to them probably maybe 2.5 years ago, especially after they gave their testimonial. We check up on them. It's like, oh, word, you quit your job. You're doing XYZ. We got a spot for you. So it's nothing like having new students come in and learning from students that actually succeeded through our programs. Right. And we have it in all markets.
Because they remember being there.
Exactly. Yeah. They know what it's like to be on the other side of that screen.
So how long has the Profit Room been open?
2016.
2016 we started.
For a minute.
Yeah,
How many people y'all got?
Yeah, I met Ernest in late 2013 on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so on Instagram.
That's a funny. So I was the last person, man, to get like an iPhone. I had a BlackBerry in 2014, man, 2013, 2014. So when I went to the store, the guy downloaded the app, Instagram. So I named myself like the live day trader, right? And I started posting 15-second clips of me getting in and out of trades. I was talking mad junk, right?
Mad junk.
I was talking mad junk. Like, yo, y'all can't do it like me. Y'all not trading.
Cocky as ever.
I was just mad cocky because I didn't know that there was a social media world around trading.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this stuff. And I'm like, yo, this isn't real. Like, so I started recording my live trades. Then like, Latoya, hit me up in the DM and she's like, hey, you trade just like me. I was like, oh, you trade like me. So we started trading together via like the phone, then like Skype and stuff like that. But we stepped tagging each other. Like every time we posted on IG, then they was like, oh, you guys teach? It's like, nah, we don't do that. We ain't into that. Like, Ryan, we ain't got time for that because, we was just busy trading.
Yeah.
Then people just kept asking and asking. I was like, all right, listen, so if we're going to teach people, we got to put like a program together that people can definitely benefit from.
Yeah.
So we took like a whole year.
This is 2015.
We started creating the program.
Yeah.
Then we launched in July, like 2016.
2016, yeah.
That's the year. But we spent the whole year trying to see how and what would we want to teach people. How would it be different? And that's where we provide like people. That's why when people come to us and they call like, oh, how much is your course? I'm like, listen, first of all, we don't have a course. We have a mentorship program.
Yeah.
There's a difference, right? We hand feed you video content. You're not going Netflix and stuff because you're not ready for it.
Right.
Because you want to try to become a day trader in a weekend. It ain't going to work.
That would be me. I have no patience. I'm like, I want to make some money now.
Exactly.
Let me get $100,000 trade.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what our programs last between 8 to 12 weeks. Some of them last longer than that because we have to develop you. Like we give homework, right? We got our coaches and others. We're reviewing your homework. So we know if you actually learning. We know your learning style, how you receive stuff. Then we have live sessions and stuff like that. And we also trade with our students.
Gotcha.
That's why people come to us because we trade with our students.
And
that's dope. Y'all still trade, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I met Ernest, the thing was around 2012 when I left my job and I'm on Instagram, I'm looking for like-minded people that trades. And everyone in my circle at that time, they weren't melanated. I'm going to be blatantly honest. They weren't black, period. So when I seen his videos, I'm like, who is this? I'm like, who is this
So
brother?
you're shocked to see a black person.
Very shocked. Because in
Wow.
the industry, it's predominantly white.
Yes.
07, 08, back when I was learning, back who I was mentored by, they weren't black,
And you needed money too.
Yeah.
You need $25,000 to day trade.
And that's
really?
correct.
You need $25,000
So
to get in and out.
to have a day trading account with stocks in particular, because we short and buy a lot of shares. There is a day trading rule. They call it pattern day trading rule. You need $25,000 in your account.
Hold on. Are you saying you need it as a suggestion or you cannot trade
need it as mandatory. That's what
really?
it is.
You need to keep a balance of that.
There's a whole system in place. Some people think that it keeps out, certain people from participating in the markets that want to day trade. On the other side, some people look at it as protecting people from losing their hard-earned money because this market is no joke. I don't want to call it a game because it's not a game to us.
Yeah.
It's no joke. So you need the $25,000. So just imagine the people with that money at the time.
Yeah.
It didn't look like me or you, you know? So my circle was definitely different. And that's why I reached out to him because I'm like, these are real trades. He's recording it as it's playing out. I'm like, that's dope. Everybody else,
I'm coming in there like
they used to just
15
seconds. They used to just screenshot their profit. It's like, nah, how did you get that money, right? Nobody want to show you how. So with that said, that's why we created our trading rooms, not necessarily for the room's sake, just to show you that everything we teach in our programs, watch us do it day to day and make money, right? It's not like, hey, they posted a profit. I don't know how they arrived at it. We like when our students say like, I took that same play, Toya, or I took that same play, Ernest, because they know exactly what to look for and what we taught them. And that brings us joy. It's like,
and the thing is, to add to what Toya's saying, trading is like any other sport or any type of business. It's about confidence.
Right.
Like, we could spend money on a bag, vacation, go somewhere. The hardest thing for me to do was put money in a day trading account. Right. Even though.
Why?
Because I was afraid, not that I was going to lose all of that money, because I built my account up like swing trading. I was buying 100, 200 shares. The stock go up $2 or $3, I would sell it. So I was growing the account. So when you put money into a brokerage account to day trade, it's just exposed capital for those moments, the minutes and stuff like that. It's not that you're going to lose it, but it's just a fear, right? So we thought about that. And because we get students all the time that have capital, but now the fact that they can trade with us and they see what we're doing, right? So when they come and trade with us, they already know the skill. They already have it already. They're just using us as a confidence booster. Yeah. Then now they're able to scale. Like, they start buying 100 shares, 500 shares. Now they day trading with like 1,000 shares, right? You know what I mean? So now at that part, because I was there, I was afraid to put that money in. Well, now when you have somebody there that's co-signing, even though we're not trading for them, they're making their own decisions on their own. So we say, hey, we're going to get in this trade at this price. We're looking for this target. It should already be on their screen.
Got you.
Trading is reacting, it's not thinking. And that's what a lot of people lose money in rooms.
Trading is reacting, not thinking.
It's like a boxer, man. You're not going to look in the ring to your trainer and say, hey, do it right.
Do I do that thing I did last time? Okay,
like, you're going to get punched in your mouth.
Yeah.
Right? You already should know to play. I'm just whispering in your ear before you go out. Oh, it's a little bit weak. Oh, hey, consumer confidence report is coming around 10 a.m. Watch out, there's increased volume in Tesla. Yeah. I'm looking for these levels. All right, coach. Now the market opened, you know how to handle that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing for me. Hey, get in here. You ain't waiting for me to tell you to get in and get out.
Yeah.
Because it happens like that. That's how you look at, he just hit me with a left. Boom. Like, it's like boxing. You have to react at that point.
So I want to know how y'all built the business. So y'all come together, y'all start trading with each other. How did y'all come together on the profit room, on building the business?
So we at first was trying to do stuff by ourselves, right?
So you were going to do training, you were doing training by yourself?
Yeah, I had my own little business. Like, it was sucker free trading. Like, I was like, all
out. That was the name of it?
That was the name of it.
Sucker
I said, you ain't want to be no sucker. You don't want to be this. I said, they out here clowning y'all. They're not telling y'all the real deal.
True Jersey vibes right now.
Yeah, I was like, sucker free trading. All of that. And Latoya, she had her thing that she was doing as well. But we was tagging each other. So a lot of people say, oh, I don't know who to go to. Yeah. And I know I was pushing a lot of people off as well. So I said, hey, let's just come together and see if we can build something like that. And we had a community of other Black traders as well that was supporting us. And we just started growing from there. We started with some small alerts. Then we just started implementing our mentorship program, and then started expanding in multiple markets.
How many people are in your program right now?
Currently right now?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got over hundreds. I don't even know that exact
number. But we
number.
have 5 other coaches besides ourselves.
Exactly. So it's not just us, it's our coaches. So we still have the same systematic approach. We do sometimes individual or group coaching because we have our team solid. And then we got a mastermind program. So you want to trade with Ernest and I, you're going to take that.
Trade directly with us.
That's that next level if you want to be with us for like 6 months.
Nice.
To a year,
what does it feel like? Because now Believe it or not, I don't know anybody that is not black that trades. Listen, if I was going to teach you how to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Like if I had a course teach you how to make $1 million a year positive, you're going to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Of course you would. It's no brainer, right? So in a calendar year, we make 7 figures with the podcast. But there's 21 things that I extracted from that you're going to need to launch your podcast. But I only got time to give you 3 right now. One is you need a distribution platform. The distribution platform is what you upload your podcast to. That platform sends it to Spotify, Apple, Google Play, so that your supporters can actually listen to your podcast. You're also going to need a microphone. You need a really good microphone so it's crispy audio. And 3, you need an income strategy. This is not necessarily a hobby, unless you're going to make it a hobby. But I can teach you how I made the 7 figures with these 21 things. Now, the good news is you don't have to give me 10,000. My ebook is only $37, okay? So listen, go to podcastebook.com and get the 21 things that you need. And I can explain it in detail, all the things that you need, okay? Podcastebook.com. Let's get to the episode.
So, yeah,
me
definitely.
Personally, you know what I mean?
And I'm happy about that because it was just like a wind of relief when we started seeing other people as well in the markets that were not, the other, So it was awesome, definitely. And it still is because we highly encourage that. We want more of our people to get involved in these finances, especially, the different markets. One thing I want to piggyback on is the 25,000. So I don't want the audience to think like, you can't trade because you don't have that money.
That's what I was thinking.
There's options, right? You can trade options in a cash account. You don't need 25,000.
Oh, y'all trade. You're just saying you need 25,000 for day trading.
Day trading, correct.
Only for
day trading.
Okay,
right?
I got you.
There's times, we're shorting 5,000 shares or buying 5,000 shares of whatever stock it is. So you need that capital. So I'm just going to explain just a little bit. 25,000. You qualify for a day trading account. Your broker gives you 4-to-1 leverage. Mm-hmm. So your 25,000 becomes $100,000 in capital.
Well, hold on. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again.
If you have your 25,000, you fund your account.
Yes.
You qualify for a day trading account. Your broker gives you a 4-to-1 leverage. You now have $100,000 accessible to you in capital. Although only 25K is yours, the broker is giving you more money.
So what happens if you lose 60,000?
That's called a margin call, and you got to fund that account. So, of course, with margin accounts, there's always that risk, and that's why your education is extremely important.
Well, my question is, say, for instance, I put 25,000 in. My broker gives me 100. I'm going full tilt. Yep. And I lose the whole 100,000.
It'll be very hard for you to lose that.
Yeah, because they're going to cut you off.
They're going to cut you off.
They're going to cut you.
Yeah.
The moment your account dips under 25,000, you have to fund it. They cut you off. So let's say you're in a position and it's coming below that $25,000 capital of your money. Oh, they're cutting you off and they're hitting you with a margin call at the same time.
What's the point of giving 100,000?
So short-term trading. Yep. So the average day trader is trading like maybe 5 minutes in a trade, maybe 15 hours. So they're giving you extra leverage to purchase, right? So now, say you buy, look at all these expensive stocks, Tesla, Apple, a lot of these stocks. The average day trader is getting in at a minimum of 1,000 shares of a company, right? Because every 10 cents, you're making $100, right? So if I can get 1,000 shares of a company, and it moves $1 or $2, I made 2,000. An educated and mature trader, depending on their income, is going to exit that trade. That profits come with them, right? So the leverage is not used normally when you're day trading to hold a big position like that, to get killed. You know what I mean? But people do that.
Yeah,
they do that. They'll do like an earnings play or like a suicide type trade, like, hey, I'm gonna just go all in and see what happens. And like the next day, like Latoya said, they call it a margin call. You could lose that money. Now you owe the broker the money plus.
Gotcha. So we go, let's say I lose 35,000. I'm down 10,000. How do they collect the money?
They're coming after you for that.
Oh, so they like
Yeah, they
it's
have
like
all your information.
They got all
have
your
your
information.
social. So just think when you're
oh yeah, so that's going against
they
your
got
credit.
everything. They
Yeah,
got
they got
everything.
everything.
Oh, okay,
Correct.
yeah, okay. I was
They
about to
will
say.
get their money.
But
Yeah, okay, that's good.
yeah, but that's why
there's other markets though, meaning like you don't need that capital. There's options. You can day trade options.
Do you make most of your money from day trading though?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
But you do make money in options.
Correct. So day trading is just a concept.
Yeah.
Day trading is you're going in the market, you're purchasing and you're selling something that day. You're not holding on. So you can day trade stocks, you can day trade options, you can day trade Forex, futures, crypto. It's just a concept.
Right.
Your investor is long-term holding. You can hold any asset you want.
Yes.
Stocks, options, Forex, futures, crypto, right? So those are just concepts. Swing trading, you're holding more than one day to a few weeks. That's a concept. So we teach whatever markets based off of the person's situation, their circumstance.
I do crypto too? That's a whole nother thing,
That's a whole nother thing. We're investors of crypto, but to say we day trade crypto, no. We are in so many markets. We're gonna go crazy.
We do a lot of futures now, which is
lots
great
of futures
to bring in
Can you
people.
explain futures for me?
So futures is where the big boys and big girls play.
Really?
That's where
everybody needs to trade futures. Futures.
So it lit up a little bit. You talking about futures. What is that?
Futures, you don't need a lot of capital. You could day trade like Latoya mentioned for $500, $2,000. So futures is a global market, right? Everything in futures affect us as the economy. Asia market, London market, Australia market. It's like 23 hours, 6 days a week. So for example, as futures traders, you know what's more is going on in the economy.
Yep.
Like I could tell you now, cotton is up 60% from last year. That's why t-shirts and hoodies are higher, right? We watch soybean, right? Wheat, corn, right? That's why when you look at the supermarket, they talk about inflation. We knew oil was coming higher, right? Because during the COVID time, right, there's an organization called OPEC. I want you guys to look that up. They decided not to produce oil as much because of COVID, the lockdown. But the lockdown is starting to pick up, open up much faster. So the demand of oil is much higher, but the supply is less. So that's why the price of oil is going higher. But we trade that.
Gotcha.
So when you know...
When you say you trade it, you're trading...
We're trading
based
oil.
on what you think is going to happen. So let me ask you if...
No, they're still on the charts. Everything is still on the charts.
Because what you just described seems more fundamental than technical.
But they're telling you why, the basis of what is happening.
Gotcha.
So you're going to mix that into ways of looking at it. So let me give you a prime example. Remember during the Trump tariff thing that was going on?
Yeah.
Right? Soybean went through the roof, right?
Because they couldn't get it in or something, right?
China takes 60% of U.S. soybean. 60%.
Hold on.
From the farmers. Yeah, because they use soybean because China producing hogs. They feed pigs, live cattle.
How you know, Joe?
See? Bro know a little bit about futures.
Okay.
So now...
China takes 60% of... So the U.S. produces 100% of, let's just say...
No, just other countries. Brazil produces soybean as well.
I'm just saying, but 100%... Out of the 100% that America produces, China takes 60% off.
Usually purchase off 6.
Why don't we don't need it as much or something?
We don't need it as much like that because the reason why China needs to use it because they feed their pigs and hogs. Right?
Oh, and America's vegan.
No, China.
Nah, but I'm saying Americans don't eat pig as much, right? You think about it?
No, it's the demographic of China. They don't have the land we have in order to farm.
Okay.
Right. But the purpose I'm telling you, all of that is in a chart. So when soybean and wheat goes through the roof, we could trade that and make money off of that.
You're trading it based on it being more expensive, less expensive, or it doesn't matter.
We're taking that fundamental information, right? Mm-hmm. And we're looking at the chart and we're watching the trend go higher.
Let's see what the chart does.
And we're buying it. The same thing if it's gold, right? If it's oil, if it's natural gas, right? I'm giving you stats because as a futures trader, right, I'm understanding what's going on in the economy. understanding inflation, then that turns around and help us make better decisions long-term trading stocks.
I see. So day trading, heavily technical because you don't got time to watch the news and stuff like that. Or, I mean, you still got to, see what's going on.
We suggest not watching the news while you're day trading.
You suggest not watching
turn
the
it
news.
off. Turn it off. Just watch the charts. Because you're trading the charts. Based off of what they say, you could be delayed. And you're like, oh, I'm going to do this because they said that. And you get in a trade, it goes off. You're delayed. Yeah, you're wrong.
Got you.
As soon as you listen to that, you're wrong.
But in futures, it's a little more complex because you have to know where the ball is going based on what's happening.
Not necessarily.
You can still be a technical.
You're still a technical trader, but just how you have an interest in a company or a stock, you're going to know a little bit about information. Mm-hmm. So I have interest in oil. I have interest in gold, soybean, things because I'm watching the charts. Mm. So as a person that's interested in it, it's just like, you watching a series on TV. You may get to know the actors a little bit, but you just really care about watching the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Something pop up, you're going to watch it. So that's the same thing. An article come up on corn, an article on a wheat, I'm going to look at it. But at the same time, it gives me better decisions. And that's why I say, especially for our people, we know how to spend our money. Like you got a t-shirt brand, right? You got somebody that making books, or somebody that has a beauty supply,
right?
Okay, let me order in advance now some of my supplies, or let me shop around because you're like, why is stuff so expensive? You can see. Because that's what a lot of people, when we order hoodies and shirts, I can't question because I know cotton is up 60% from last year, right? Because I could see it in the chart. So it just gives you a better understanding of how the economy is going. Then that helps you realize when you look at the stocks, if some of these companies are overinflated, right? Or I don't know if this is a little bit shaky, right? But that's a great market to generate income because you don't need a lot of capital. When it comes down to that, you don't need a lot of capital.
You know what? I want to learn. I want to learn how to trade, but maybe not for the reason that most people are watching this are going to be a part of Profit Room. Mm-hmm. I want to learn how to trade so that I can know more about the world around me. I like the fact that, cotton is up 60%, which means something's going on in the world, right? Correct. And that I want to be able to research that. And I don't really watch the news because it's all depressing, kidnappings and killings and in Atlanta, car breakings and then it's all kind of weird stuff going on in the city. But to understand our world, which is closely tied, I'm guessing, to our money.
Correct. Of
course.
Whatever happens in the world happens to our money. And we can tell where to put our money based on what's happening in the world, right?
Correct.
Or somewhat.
Correct.
This seems like an educational journey that I want to go on.
And I think the futures market will be good for you because like you're saying.
I'm going to trade futures, Joe. Futures.
What affects our price for cereal here is going to affect the same price for a family in London, Asia, right? Australia, it doesn't matter. It's the cost. Anything that you have commodity-based, the price of oil, whatever, gold. And like you mentioned, I know the news could be crazy, but our whole livelihood depends on those horticultural commodities, right? That come out of the ground or the
agricultural. Okay, gotcha.
Sorry about that.
No,
that's a
I thought you used an exclusive word.
Agricultural. So when we look at those things, that just affects every neighborhood. You know what I mean? And I think you probably definitely enjoy that because now nobody talks about live cattle and some wheat and pork belly and stuff like that. That's all on the exchange, corn. You got companies like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, all of them. They have traders that trade coffee. They don't just go to certain even though they go to certain farms to buy it, they have to monitor that price.
Gotcha.
So that's one of the big things.
So yeah, break down the difference in the trading because it seems like there's a lot of options that you offer. So we got day trading, we got Forex, which is another market, right?
Right.
Stock trading, which is different than Forex. How do you know what to pick?
So that's a great question. Generally, when students come to us, they always have a market in mind, which is great. So they already know what they want to trade because they probably been out, social media, seeing what's hot or whatever. And they, I want to get educated. So this is the market for me, which is cool. It's really based off of the individual. We only guide to a certain extent, meaning like we'll push everyone towards the stock market because that's where long-term investments happen. So it's great to be educated in that particular market.
Yeah.
You can learn the long-term trends for your investing sake, pass on to your generation, your kids, just to know how to invest in the future. And you can take advantage of the short-term aspects of it.
Got it.
Whether, you're trading options, for example. So we have a stock and option course for that market.
Yep.
If you want to learn Forex, we have a Forex course. We have a futures course. And then day trading is another ballpark where we have a day trading course because it's very specific to people that have that type of capital. Or even if you don't and you want to day trade options, we got you covered. So we pretty much covered all the bases only because we trade all the markets.
All right. Tell me, I'm a student, right? What's a lot of question that you would ask me to help me fit into the right trading platform? I just want to trade. I want to learn this skill and I want to make some money.
How much time you have during the day? Do you have time during the day? Do you work a 9 to 5? What's going on?
I don't work a 9 to 5. I got afternoon time. A little bit of time in afternoons.
A little bit of time in the afternoons.
Mornings like that. But.
All right. So do you want to hold a position? Are you comfortable with holding a position? Or you want that now money, or you want your money to slowly build? Like, let's say you bought something today and you sell it next week.
That sounds better. I don't want to buy something today and wait 20 years for it to grow and I become, wealthy off of it. I mean, that'd be cool, but I don't know if I want to be in it every day either.
Perfect. You answered my question. Well, take our swing trading program. It's going to benefit you.
Swing trading.
Swing trading is. So swing trading is a concept where you can buy a stock on a Monday. So what we like to do, we like to research or look at our charts because we're technical traders on a Sunday. We know exactly where we're going to buy it, where our protection is, which is our stop loss, and where we're going to sell it.
Before the week starts.
So Monday happens, your trade did not trigger yet. Tuesday happens, and your trade triggered. For example, AA, that was our swing trade for this week.
AA, American Airlines? AA, American Airlines?
Alcola.
Icola?
Mm-hmm.
Alcola.
Yep, Alcola.
What is that?
It's a stock.
We don't know.
We don't know these companies.
You don't even know the companies.
Doesn't matter to us.
I need this proper strategy, man.
The companies.
Yeah, we take the
don't
emotion out of
us.
it. We reading the chart.
We're reading the chart.
I don't know what company it is.
That's crazy to me.
We bought the stock. So did our members. Tuesday, that thing went up 8%. The options moved 250%. Hit our target. We sold it. We did the work on a Sunday. That's swing trading.
Good. I want to do that.
So we have you set it and forget
you said
it.
The microwave trade. Remember I gave you that example?
Yes.
And within the 3 trades, you set it, like you said, predetermined risk and profit. You go about your day, get the alert on your phone. Either you made the money or you got taken out of the trade. And we got people that do that every single day. So you don't have to watch the market.
I want to do that. Yes.
Swing trading.
You know me.
Swing trading, yeah.
You know me. I'm a swing trader.
Most of our students fit the swing trading program because not everybody wants to day trade.
But if somebody got time in the morning,
exactly.
It has to be in the morning for day trading. Well, day, I suppose.
Well, that's where you're going to make the most money because of the volatility. It's very lucrative. Very lucrative.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right. So I'm a swing trader. What if I said, well, I just want to, maybe once a month, just kind of be in there, make a move and not do too much.
It's still swing trading. We're going to teach you how to read trends. That's different now. In the same sense, it's still the same concept, but you're holding a little longer based off of the chart. So we're going to show you how to read the chart. It's ultimately reading the chart to do whatever you want to do in the market.
Yeah. That could be options too, right?
Yeah, correct.
We get a lot of people with retirement accounts or busy people like you and say they got an account with like maybe 50,000, 20, 30. They're just looking to make like 6-8% a month. Yeah. right? They're looking to make like $5,000 a month. So they could probably take 1 or 2 trades a month. Remember how we give the example, risking 50 to make 150? Mm-hmm. They risking 500 to make 1,500. Yeah. So if they get 2 trades like that a month, they good.
That's
right?
Crazy. That's like,
but it's all about the order entry, predefined, and the trade setup. Mm. And you don't have to watch it every single day. And they just go about, listen, I'm looking for my good 7-8% a month. I'm good, and keep it moving. Right? As long as what people never get with trading is what we focus on is consistently profitable. So you don't have to need that lotto trade. It's good if it happens, right? But if you got something controlled, you could sleep at night and not worry about it, right? It should be boring.
Yeah.
It should be very boring.
Should be very boring.
It should be very boring, but it's not.
So I can learn. How long would it take me to learn that in terms of, well, I guess that's just me learning the actual platform that I'm using, how to make a trade, how to execute a trade, how to get out of a trade.
We usually say, just give us 90 days of your life and we change your life. Yeah. That's it.
You focus more 8 to 10 weeks.
I don't know if you have one, but can my audience get a discount?
Oh, we could hook them up with something.
Come up with something. Is there like a area for a promo code?
Yeah, we can get you a promo code.
Social proof.
Make it social proof.
I like to take care of my friends.
Gotcha.
I know it's going to be some people. Really selfish for me because I want to buy it. I want a discount. I want a discount. Okay. No, this is phenomenal. Yeah. And I really trust y'all. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
So we tell everybody, don't listen. Check our students' testimonials. Google the Profit Room. That's what we do. A lot of video student testimonials that people could visually see, because we want you to see our type of client.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's very important, because we get nurses, we get truck drivers, we get doctors, we get people from, all backgrounds,
Financial advisors.
Financial advisors.
Learn how to trade.
We get street people, right?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And that's one of the beauties about trading. When you open up a brokerage account, they don't Google your neighborhood. They don't ask if you come from a single family home. They don't ask you your education. They just want your money.
It's the best equalizer.
That's the best equalizer.
And that's why I left my job.
Criminal record, all that.
Exactly, correct.
But that's the beauty. But once you got that education behind it, right? And you get the one up. And that's the thing behind it. We get a lot of people that actually floor traders on like the CME group, financial advice, but they're thinking from like a fundamental standpoint, which is good. But when they see 2 people like us that's watching the charts and we reading the emotions, and it's like, that's what I was missing, man.
It's completely different.
That's what I was missing, because, I got all the numbers. I could do the P ratios. I can break this down, but they missing that. Like, all I could say, David, like, you go to a funeral, right? You're going to cry because it's a sad occasion. So you got to be prepared for that. You go to a party, you're going to be happy, right? You got to be prepared for that. Even if you don't have emotion for either one, you got to be prepared for that.
For sure.
So that's how we bring it to the market. The same as that. It shows up, because we're not trading the numbers, we're trading the emotions, because it's people behind there making decisions based off emotions.
This is very
And I want to give a little encouragement, especially to the moms. Moms, you can do this too as well. When I left my job, I was actually pregnant. So along my journey, I have 2 daughters, and I day traded all while raising them. Is the best thing ever, best decision ever, because I got to see every moment and still had time to learn and perfect the craft. So,
yeah, my wife needs to do this. I want to be a house husband. You know what I mean? Go ahead, that 6-figure day, baby. You know what I mean? I'm at the crib.
And I like to say, add on that, we specialize in people that are older. Like I said, one of our best students, he's 72 now. He came to us at 70. And he said, I'm just in the giving back phase now. Retired educator. And he said, I just want something to keep my brain going. And that was like one of the scariest things for us to teach him.
It's like, Dad, do we have the ability to teach him?
He was like, then he started picking up and learning. He ended up buying his daughter a house last year from trading.
Dang.
He's like, yo, I got to put this money somewhere. He's making great money. And he trades all markets. We got an interview with him. And he was like, he didn't even need the money, but he just wanted to continue learning. And from a person that never even opened up a trading platform, that's why I tell you guys can do it. Anybody could do it, you know, because we get more mature clients as well that come to us just because of that. The hand holding and breaking it down. Because if you focus on the education, that's our guarantee. The money's going to come. Just focus on our education, what we actually showing you to do. Like our biggest thing is it's the how and the why. Like when people are trading, they don't tell you how they got in and why they got in. They just show profits. So I'll expect our students to ask us why and how you got in, because that's what I'm expect from you as a student. Don't just tell me you got in the trade and make money. All right, let's open up that chart. Tell me how and why you got in the trade.
Gotcha.
Right?
That makes sense.
So that's what we try to do.
This is exciting, man. Are we going to trade, Joe? You trying to trade? Just make a little trade, you know what I mean? Like a little boop, make a couple dollars, and you're done. A few $100 a day, $1,000 a day, you out here. Look, I got to do a quick commercial. Then I'm going to have you kind of let everybody know how to find you. We'll do, I need you to close out with a word of wisdom, too. Okay? But I got to do a quick commercial because we got to pay some bills, okay? The Morning Meetup. This podcast is sponsored by The Morning Meetup, the only organization that gathers every single day for a group of entrepreneurs. Do y'all know we have every day, Monday through Friday, it's between 400 and 600 people that join a Zoom call every morning. Every morning.
Wow, that's amazing.
Monday through Friday. From all across the country. And we'll have like a theme for the month. And every day of the week supports the theme for the month. So one month we had the millionaire mindset. So every day throughout the month, we had different millionaires that came on to get them to understand their mindset. So every month it's a different theme. We pick the theme, and we have a book club.
Nice.
Hundreds of us's. Not all us, but it's like probably 98. Probably because I'm black and I just know black people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Asians, they know a bunch of Asians. You feel me? It just is what it is. But in 2021, we read 14 books. 2020, I didn't read any cover to cover. But we take a chapter every single day of a book and we read it. And then the next day we discuss the chapter. Then we pick another chapter. It's just amazing. So themorningmeetup.com, try it out for $1. Dollar trial, go to themorningmeetup.com. Just try it out for $1. If you like it, you can stay. It's only $79 a month to be a part of this amazing community. If you don't like it before the trial ends, you just quit, just cancel. Like, yo, I don't like David. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the book that we're reading. We're out. So very easy. So go to themorningmeetup.com. Okay. So the Profit Room, thank y'all so much. This is very enlightening. And I like the fact that you all didn't see anybody doing what y'all did. So it's shocking to see, oh my gosh, other black people trading. And now you all are teaching, and believe it or not, you're changing the industry. You are changing the industry and educating us to know. Because somebody like me, before this conversation, really, I didn't think I had the head for it. In terms of like the brain for it. Like even when I'm reading, I'll read, and then by the time I'm at the bottom of the page, I have forgotten everything I read. But if I can learn some of the steps where I can just get to a point where I can understand why I'm making this trade, and I can just leave it alone based on your formula and make some money, I'll be a very happy man. So thank y'all so much. I'd love for you all to kind of just let everybody know how to find you, and I'm going to have you close it out because I just feel like you're about to give us a word. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Ernest, let us know, your Instagram, how they can be involved in the Profit Room, and give us a word of wisdom.
All right. So everything on social media is at the Profit Room. So the Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, the Profit Room, theprofitroom.com. Like David mentioned, we're going to hook you guys up with something nice. We got a great, amazing futures course. That's one of the best markets right now that a lot of people aren't tapping into. We were just talking about with the different commodities. One thing I would just say to everybody, just get started, right? When I mean get started, don't use money right away, right? Start by just understanding how the market works, That's it. Just being in tuned. And the reason why I'm saying that, because you'll get attracted to it. Trading and investing is just like learning a new language, right? Like learning how to drive, right? You have to just start somewhere and just work your way up. And like Latoya mentioned before, then once you looked at these different markets, right, then you could come to someone like us and ask what would benefit me and my lifestyle. So don't trade a market because you see people making money. Don't trade a market because it's hyped up, right? Trade it because it's going to benefit you, your family, and also, you can see yourself enjoying doing that.
Cool, because I just found out I'm a swing trader.
Yep.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
So yeah.
As Ernest said, everything the Profit Room. That's Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. You can even find our Facebook page, the Profit Room. My words of guidance, I'm going to say, just remember, this is your journey alone. That's going to benefit you. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Just focus on your goals, your why, which is extremely important in order to really find that desire to want to learn the markets. One thing I'll stress, invest always. You don't have to be a trader, but make sure you invest always.
Yep.
There it is. Listen, man, we can't close it out no better than that. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you follow Latoya and Ernest, okay? Make sure you get started with the Profit Room and do yourself a favor and your community a favor. Real quick. Make sure y'all hit subscribe button. Subscribe, follow, okay? Make sure you're supporting this podcast with a click of a button. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, okay? And lastly, go get you some social proof, meaning go build something. But then I need you to come back to your community and teach them how you built the thing that you built. It is the only way. It's the only way that our community grows. All right? We are out of here. Peace. You are talented, but the biggest problem you have is you do not have a community. If you take your talents and put it in the right community, it will grow. It's like you have a really special seed. If you put it in the right environment, the right soil, it grows. When it's in the wrong soil, it just doesn't grow. You are a very special seed, but you're just in the wrong soil. You're around the wrong people. Do you know at the morning meetup, themorningmeetup.com, there's 500 to 700 entrepreneurs that gather every single day. The ground is fertile. I'm teaching entrepreneurship from very basic, practical steps on how to grow your business. Inside the morning meetup, we've had multiple people. I've helped dozens of people quit their job. First off, I'm the best coach in the world. So I want you to join the community. Not for me, though, even though I'm going to give you some really good information. I want you to be around this environment of other people that are winning, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com and just do the $1 trial. If you like it, you can stay. It's only $79 a month. I just want you to taste test it. But if you do taste test it, you're like, I don't like this. I don't like David. I don't like the way he looks. It's too early in the morning. It's actually 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can just leave. No obligation. It's all good. Nobody's going to chase you down, okay? So go to themorningmeetup.com. This is exactly what you've been looking for.